Mike Lindell's state-by-state embarrassment tour has landed in Wisconsin, and with it come fresh new conspiracies. Ah, yes, brand new. Which means it's time for another episode of Pillow Talk.
God gave me this platform. I already know I'm going to win.
China did our vote. Biden and Harris would say, hey, we're here to protect the country, and resign.
Mike Lindell's a conspiracy.
But you haven't.
Just forget about the evidence. This was attacked.
So now, Wisconsin is a key battleground state that went to Donald Trump back in 2016 and barely went to Biden in 2020. It's a pretty slim margin by about 20,000 votes, give or take. So now this was a squeaker, to be sure. So now afterwards, the Trump team, since it was so close, demanded it and received a recount. Totally fair. So that recount confirmed Joe Biden's win. It actually even found more votes for both Trump and Biden. So, okay. Now, that said, Lindell, well, he's not convinced that the results were that Biden won Wisconsin. In fact, he's going to come up with this brand new theory.
I'm going to show you guys in Wisconsin, just an example, how 23,000 people, General, voted using a prison address and used the same phone number. Now, those people, and a lot of them were people we turned out as we dove into it. They're not alive anymore. They just used their names, obviously, and they don't live in Wisconsin.
Oh my God, they're living in a prison, and they don't even live in Wisconsin. It's the same address. Oh, how did you find this information, Mike? This is very important. This could be a bombshell, right? How many voters were able to do this? What prison? I mean, it seems like this could be something that could, really, change the game. Officials, you should look into it, right? Oh, no, because he pulled it out of his butt. He has absolutely no evidence to suggest this. Won't even tell us the prison. Okay, so no, I'm going to go with that. But there's more. So now it turns out that even Steve Bannon is getting a little tired of Mike Lindell's antics. In fact, during an appearance on Real America's Voice, Bannon shut down one of Lindell's audit claims. Take a look at that.
We finally get an audit, and then Mike Lindell, it's an audit that's not good enough for Mike Lindell.
Well, they're called fraudits, Steve. They're fraudulent audits. That's what the part of the big cover-up. Now they're bringing in fraudulent, people that aren't certified.
Was Cyber Ninjas certified?
Yes, I believe they were. Yes.
I think we got to check that out. I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you say certified, let's be specific. Certified by whom and for what?
Okay, when you do an audit, the age we're living in with computers and this cyber attack, you need to be CISSP certified. I mean, you need to be certified to be able to. If you're a doctor, you need to be a doctor of that, whatever that is. If you're a brain surgeon, you need to be able to operate on brains.
Brains. I love that he says, "Oh, well, are they certified? I think so." No, I'm going to have to call BS on that one. Are you sure? No. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. So to go along with this thing, his I guess analogy, yes, you do have to know something about brains to do brain surgery. It also helps to have a brain, especially when you're, I don't know, trying to make a point. You got to have a brain that appears to be functional. Something that Lindell does not seem to be in possession of. Now, as far as certifications go, Cyber Ninjas do not mention having a CISSP certification. So now, this is important, by the way, because Steve Bannon is not a stupid person. So he brings up Cyber Ninjas and their lack of a certification. That is very, very telling. okay? Because what he's saying, essentially, to his audience or broadcasting here is, well, they're not certified, so we shouldn't trust their audit. And then Mike Lindell's going on about fraudits. Well, then here we go. And so don't trust Cyber Ninjas, don't trust Doug Logan. They obviously did a bad audit in Arizona, which found more votes for Joe Biden. And so here we go. It didn't give them the results that they were looking for. And that's why Bannon is saying, are you sure they're, they got their certifications? Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't know. I don't know. So now Lindell, by the way, Lindell we know is a stupid person. So Lindell didn't get it, and so he looks dumber, as if that's any sort of consideration to the people who believe in Mike Pillow. But, and again, there's a lot of people who do, much to the consternation of some GOP members. In fact, a while back, this is, again, a Wisconsin official talking about the calls for more recounts or more audits in Wisconsin. This is Ron Bishop, chairman for the Republican Party of Fond du Lac County, said, hopefully my fellow Republicans stop with this nonsense and begin to focus on the 2022 elections. And he said that these moves are alienating soft GOP voters who think we're nuts and wasting their tax dollars. Now, the problem with those voters, and I specifically mean the ones that are the soft GOP whatever and don't buy into the nonsense, is that they're kind of a minority in the Republican Party. In fact, the lunatics have taken over, and they are the majority. So for that, let me go to a CNN analysis. This is a poll. Now, most Republicans apparently consider support for Trump and the claim that he won the 2020 election to be an important part of their own partisan identity, alongside of support for so-called conservative principles. They say at about 6 in 10 say that supporting Trump and that believing that he won in 2020 is at least somewhat important part of what it means to be a Republican. So, okay. That means that their identity in believing in the big lie, the stolen election, all this BS, with no evidence, is part of what makes them conservative. You can't be conservative if you believe that Joe Biden won the election. Really. So understand that this is the insanity of the current Republican Party. It's basically turned into a religion now, or really, in reality, of course, a cult. And you can't reason with a cult. The only thing that you could try to do is rescue people from it. And even that is not really even a guarantee. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.